Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is the El Nino podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to all my family, all my friends, all my loved ones that just showed up for my wedding shower at the Corner Ballpark in Detroit, on Michigan. We had a blast. Thank you for all the gifts, all the blessings. It was a wonderful feeling. Everybody knows my story, where I come from, where I'm at, but I promise you this, where I'm headed, man, is just very promising, bright future. And, I thank my family, my community, the DHDC, and everybody that's contributed to my well-being. So thank you. I salute you. Everybody out there, be safe. I know it's a lot of things going on. It's getting hot. People are starting to act crazy, and there's a lot of stuff going on, but you guys keep praying and be safe, man. So today we got some special guests here today. I've been having some very fruitful conversations. They've been educating me. And without any further ado, I want to introduce you guys to the DNR performance method.
Hi.
Yeah, we got Deneen and we got Ray Gill here. Deneen, you want to start and tell them a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from?
Sure. So I've been a nurse now since I was 21. I'm 27 now. I've been in the medical field since I was 14. I'm very educated on all the wonderful qualities of our business, and we're super excited to share those with you today. Also, I am born and raised in Michigan. I'm from Warren, East Point area, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm super excited to tell you a little bit about us and our services.
Thank you.
Well, my name is Ray McGill, and I've been a native of Michigan for 44 years. I know I have a birthday coming up, 45. So with my background, I have a BA in Business Management, minor in Marketing. I have a tendency to say, so we're not going to do that.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna get him.
Hey, this is Real Everyday People.
I know. So anyway, so going back to my education, so I went to U of M in Dearborn. I have like I said, a BA in Business Management. Also, I am a native, and actually I grew up in Taylor, which is, I believe that's where you live.
Yeah, right, definitely. That's where I'm
living
now.
And went there all the way up to, I lived there all the way when I was about 15 years old. So then I moved down to Florida.
Okay.
Mom and dad got a little divorced there, and went to dad and did my high school years in Florida, and came back up here in school, and just loving life, loving Michigan again, and this is a great state. And
Michiganders, huh? Ain't nothing like it.
We're one of a kind people, for sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Have you guys ever traveled like to the UP?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wampanoag
Falls.
Hustle for me.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's definitely a different lifestyle up there. Like, with me being incarcerated, like I did a lot of traveling up north, being transferred from prison to prison, like Marquette, Newberry, Kinchelo, Ojibwe. Like, so I was able to see life out there, and it's a lot different from the city life down here, But I tell you what, the water tastes better up there. The air tastes cleaner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, it's just a different lifestyle up there.
Definitely.
Even the correctional officers up there, like most of them are hunters, and
it's more relaxed up there.
They got a lot of Native Americans up
Yes.
there. Like, it's cool, man. Like, they don't deal with the issues and the problems that we deal with down here in the city.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what it's like, what your life was like growing up.
So growing up, I lived a block away from 8 Mile on Gratiot, and I went to 3 high schools, and I went to East Detroit, Warren Woods Tower, and Cousino. I did dual enrollment, so I went to college early. And
what was the difference between the 3? Were they compatible, or was one better than the other? Was the education better?
I definitely can say that they each had good qualities and bad qualities at each school. Both have taught me a ton, and I think it made me a lot more sociable. I was able to really overcome, I think a lot of people can't handle change in their adult life, and I feel like with my adult life, I do really well with change because I transitioned so well. I moved a lot as well, and I take pride in that. So now, again, in my adult life, when things happen, I'm able to just conquer them.
And that becomes such a big barrier in people's lives, because a lot of people are not comfortable being uncomfortable, and when you come to transition and change, that means you have to get uncomfortable, and a lot of people, they just like where they're at. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they deprive themselves of opportunities of growth, educating themselves, opportunities that, for jobs, schooling,
Yep.
education, any of that
Mhm.
type of stuff. And it's really unfortunate. So, like, that's kind of like one of the big reasons that I created this podcast as a platform, is to inspire people and encourage people and empower people to embrace the fact of change, because naturally we change. You know what I'm saying? The world changes, technology changes.
Yes.
Us as human,
Yeah.
we change, we grow,
Definitely.
and I'm one of the people who I embrace growth.
Awesome.
And I think it's very vital to your well-being,
I
because coming from a community like mine, like so many people become stagnant because they normalize violence, they normalize poverty. You adopt an impoverished
Mhm.
mentality. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, especially when they don't embrace the opportunity to grow, because then they pass down that vicious cycle to their kids.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And for me, I went through so many transitions in my life, and I embraced it to the point where it's just like clockwork now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I understand how the universe works. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
you got to be in tune with humanity. You got to be in tune with the earth, the sky, the stars, and the universe, and everything, how it works.
Yes. Definitely.
Learn how to coincide with everything.
So. Yeah, and then I from there I went to I did the dual enrollment, so I went to college early, and then I went to got a full ride at Saginaw Valley, and then I came back down and went to Oakland. So and I'm still at Oakland right now. So go
Okay,
Grizzlies.
okay then.
So I'm very
Good
proud
for
of
you.
that.
Represent.
Yes, I definitely think school is a huge outlet for people, and I really believe that you should always education gives you power. Definitely.
Listen, I'll tell you what, you have to have patience, tolerance, because when I first got released from prison, I just wanted to make all the right moves and all the right decisions. So I immediately jumped into college. I went to Wayne County Community College, and it was a big, huge challenge. I was so overwhelmed, first of all, because technology was a
Mhm.
big barrier for me. And going to college, like, they are relentless. You got to do studying, you got to do
Right.
homework. Every class you got, you're getting assignments, you got to write
Mhm.
reports, and
And
I
it's all
just was
online.
not prepared
Yeah.
for it. I just wanted to do the right thing. But I salute people who actually earn their degrees and things like that,
Thank
because I know that it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of sacrifice.
It does.
Yes.
Very much so.
And I can understand that too, because I went to a Christian school
Mm-hmm.
through elementary. So the transition between the
Mhm.
schools, the public schools, and going to a private school was definitely, I felt more advanced because of the teachings that was provided for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. It was
Let me ask you something. Why do you think it's like that? Like, why do you, like, for me, like, why is there not just an overall standard set in education that should be provided for everyone? You know?
I mean, that's a great topic to really bring up, and I'll touch base on, a little bit. I think they try with standardized testing, but it is really hard, considering that there's different backgrounds in everyone, like we talked about. And going forward, it's really hard to do that standardized testing, because some teachers, point on one thing, some on others. And I mean, I don't really know the education system that well, but I would say that that's always been my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
That it's because that's one thing that like when I transitioned to 3 different high schools, it was like one was like, oh no, we think math is okay. You only need 2 math classes, and even with colleges, they do that too. We think that only these sciences are acceptable for nursing program, or these math or credits are acceptable, and it's each one has a different standard, and it
Mm-hmm.
really does need to be across the board.
Exactly, and it depends on the person, how they adapt, and also process the information too. It has a lot to do with that too. So,
Oh, absolutely, because everybody has different comprehension
Learning styles,
skills.
yeah.
exactly,
And like when I read, like I have to read it like 3, 4 times to fully comprehend it.
exactly,
Even growing up, I learned how to ask questions, because, a lot of times, like, you don't want to ask questions because you don't want to feel stupid. You don't want to
right.
feel dumb, like, oh, but I feel like I'm going to remain stupid if I don't ask
Right.
questions,
Exactly. Asking question gives you power. So.
Oh, absolutely.
hmm
Yeah. So, did you ever play any sports or anything in school?
Yeah, I played basketball, volleyball. I did track. I did tennis for a
Damn,
little
you was
bit.
all around. You was doing it all.
Yes, but
You
that's
enjoyed the shit out of school, didn't you?
yes, I was always
Utilized all
in
your resources.
sports. Yes, definitely. I love sports. But my knees are paying for it now, and thank God we have the services we do because they do help with that recovery. Volleyball will definitely ruin your knees.
And I love volleyball,
Oh,
man.
so
It's one of my
fun.
favorite things to play in the summer.
Definitely, yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely something that I enjoyed during. I think it really helped me on track
Oh, you
too.
played indoors though, huh? In school you played indoors?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they don't have beach volleyball for high school. We should change that trend though.
Oh yeah,
That would be
absolutely.
awesome.
I know.
It's hard in a state like Michigan though,
Right.
because you'll get rain, sleet, snow, and summer
Yeah.
all in the same day or
Yeah,
the same week.
definitely.
You know, it's unfortunate that it's
Yeah.
like that. You know, Mother Nature, she go through it. You know,
Definitely.
here in Michigan, it's like, man, we got some bipolar weather over here. You know, one minute
Definitely
you got
changes.
flip flop and tank tops on, next thing you going to grab a
That's
jacket
right.
and
Yeah.
a hoodie.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh.
And what about you? Did you
Well,
play?
yeah, I actually played, Pee Wee, football and all that. And I went up to high school, played there, and then I got into, I did some track and field, and ran cross country my freshman year. Then I got into powerlifting, so I competed in state. Yeah, I was got up to state level. So.
Wow, that's great. I never knew anybody that did powerlifting.
Yeah, I'm paying for it now,
oh yeah, he used to be super buff. You should see the photos.
yeah, but no, it's just that's a really demanding sport, really hard on the joints. But I do recommend that you guys take a program and definitely slow at a pace where it's not going to hurt you and when you get older, because certain lifts, especially overhead stuff, guys, I'm telling you. You're gonna pay for that rotator. It's not worth it.
Wow.
So,
it's crazy because, being incarcerated, that's how guys utilize their time is exercising, working out. And I used to see a lot of old heads that were in there before me, and they got their elbows wrapped up, knees wrapped up, and they're like, they talk about how playing basketball on the concrete did so much damage to their knees, and then working out like for all these multiple years, because I feel like once you start working out, you got to be committed to that, for the rest of your life. And especially like if you're doing powerlifting, they said if you just work with comfortable weight that's comfortable, you, it's not as bad, as powerlifting though. That really takes a toll on your joints and stuff that.
Definitely, especially squatting, any type when you're inverted with the back, it's definitely you have to be in that right position too, because there's so much pressure because of lifting, pushing from the heels on up. It's not a natural thing for your body to do actually. So the mechanics of the way your body works. So definitely.
So what about military presses? Like I used to do military. I loved it because it was a full workout.
Yeah. See, I think that's where I had rotator problems. A few years ago too. From that doing military. So I really don't recommend it, because if your body mechanics is not really made for really that type of heavy lifting over your shoulder.
And they were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. He had that exercise, the Arnold with the dumbbell. And then he said that over the years he regretted ever doing them because now he suffers from it.
He does. Yep. And he's had, I believe, 3 shoulder surgeries for his rotators. Yeah. So it's a very stressful exercise to do, to put on the body. So but like you said though, like if you these young guys go in there, I see them, they throw on the weight, man, and just pump it up. It's down the road, guys, I'm telling you, it's definitely a good feeling. So,
you definitely you got an aftermath. Once you start hitting 40s, you start feeling things different.
I think when you're young, you don't really think about what you're doing to your body. You're like, oh, I just want that end result, and you're working so hard for it.
And a lot of people, like, this is one of the reasons why I got into this business that we're in, is because of a lot of people, you're on a routine, you're working out, and there's so many aspects of really getting your body and keeping your body in health. You start with your nutrition, then you go with your exercise routine, and then it's your recovery, and that's the main thing. That's where I didn't really do when I was that type of sport. I did here and there, did my ice baths, and I put the of course the old icy hot and all that. But going regular to a masseuse, to break down all the lactic acid in the muscles that you retain from your workouts. The nutrition is very important. I stress that very much, just because of what the nutrients that your body needs to produce the right hormone balance. That's one, two, and then just the nutrients of putting on muscle mass and keeping yourself lean.
So that was like one of the big barriers in prison, is we're not provided
Right.
a lot of nutrition, whether they're serving it to you in a chow hall or you're purchasing it off the store list. Everything's starch, everything's sugar.
Right.
So it's like really hard, you know what I'm saying, to be able to eat healthy and also, like they were talking about, like, because a lot of guys who are incarcerated, like they work out for like 2 hours straight. And they say that you could do a lot of damage to your body. They said a lot of times you only need to do like a 30-minute, workout, and that's all you need. So they're like, you can overwork yourself to the point where your muscles won't even grow, especially if you don't give them time to heal.
And the proper nutrition too. And rest. That's another thing too. A lot of people, you got to get that rest in. It's 8 hours. Depending on how old you are, and but you have to minimum of 8 hours a day.
Okay.
And a good sleep.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that also for weight loss, that's really important. If you aren't getting an adequate amount of sleep, you are not burning the proper calories. Your body needs that time to actually burn that fat in that mode, and your body uses energy in different areas when you're awake.
What's crazy is I've been having like a hard time sleeping because I've been so programmed to wake up at 7 in the morning. It's like clockwork. Even if I go to bed at 1 or 2 in the morning, I'm still up at 7 o'clock, and I feel like I lack energy.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm trying to find, like, people refer like melatonin, saying that would help, getting good rest. But then I get worried about taking it and then oversleeping, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a job I got to be at, so it's like,
definitely,
trying to, find some balance and manage to get good sleep. Because when you don't get enough sleep, I feel like unhealthy, and I like to be, I like to feel rejuvenated. I like to feel energized.
Right.
I like to be prepared to tackle the world and whatever the world life got to throw at me.
Yeah. Are you taking all the stimulants away before you go to bed?
Coffee, pop,
anything like that?
sodas.
Like
the phone too. You should definitely be off the phone for at least an hour before you really want to shut down for the day.
And see, that's like
it's hard.
Like I'm there. I'm talking about from the morning I wake up to the.
You have to.
Like I network the whole.
Yeah, we know about you, Jose.
Yeah. But it's I can tell you right now that at 10 o'clock at night I definitely put it on the nightstand, and even if I'm doing washing dishes or anything, it does help. It does. And there is, you guys don't understand how much lighting's in this. It's definitely detrimental.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sometimes when I just too much of it and I start to feel like it's affecting me mentally, you know what I'm saying? I start to feel mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
But I guess, like I got my daughter, so it's like if anything ever happened, like I would not want to like not answer the phone or not be available. So it's like I always think about the what ifs, you know what I'm saying? But self-care is definitely very important.
Yes.
I just you guys got, I'm sure a lot on your plate with personal lives, professional lives, and it's the same with me. And, in our business, me, Jose, Pup, Dan, like we're always networking, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is my job,
Yes.
But it is important to be able to manage it because you can easily become a slave to it.
Exactly.
And that's what I don't want.
That's why I miss the old days. Remember the flip phones?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Old beepers and
That's
stuff.
Right, that's right.
Everybody,
show my age.
They start cussing you out with numbers and stuff.
It's funny.
But but you're absolutely right about that. You become so addicted to, and it's sort of like your lifeline. So but you gotta wind down. That's at certain time, like Denise said, that you have to give yourself that amount of time to get your body, time to recover and to rest and get that mentality where you're okay, we're putting this away. You know.
I know, because my lady, she's on my ass always. Like, you put that thing away, I swear I'm gonna throw it away. You know what I'm saying? And I do need to do a better job, you know, of self-caring and managing everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes life gets hectic when you got so much going on. You know what I mean? But definitely want to get things in order because I had to take care of myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're no good for anyone. If
you can't take care of
yourself,
nobody
you know?
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest things that we offer at DNR Performance Methods is, you know, we're able to give you that, you know, extra boost that you need, all those vitamins, electrolytes, and to help you kind of recover better.
Okay. And it is. That's the reason why we got into this, is because we want to help people and to understand, educate where, you know, the common person, and we also do athletes too. So this is where we're at too, in our facility. So which is really nice, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you know, with that, that's what, you know, when I talked to, you know, got with Deneen, and I said, look, this is a great opportunity, and for us to you know, to really start to help with the vitamins, because a lot of people don't understand. Like, you go to your GNC, a lot of that stuff is not FDA approved, and they can get away with so much with like we were just talking, like say a testosterone booster. They're allowed to, because they're not regulated, they're allowed to put like rice powder, wood chips. I mean, it's just amazing.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah. So
and you go to GNC and you think you're getting the best stuff,
and it's just a filler. So you know, it's just not regulated. So, and then also like with the testosterone booster too, okay, so you got one compound in there, but you also need 3 more to make it where it's, you know, to make where it's going to be effective.
So, and that's kind of like what we specialize in, is we, you know, we get the full wellness of you, the whole well-being, and then we kind of just, you know, we do lab work, we do so many things to make sure that you're at the potential that you need to be. A lot of times that your doctors, they're not going to take that time, you know, and we offer that service where we're able to really break down everything and say, hey, this is why you're not doing this. This is why you're not performing well, or this is why, you know, you're tired, is, you know, you need vitamin D, you need vitamin C, and we can definitely utilize that.
And everybody's different. Everybody has a different immune system, so there's like there's not like one set standard or one set rules for everybody. You have to be able to accommodate each person's needs because they're all different.
Right. And for us, you know, with that too, you just don't want to go in there and just go, okay, I need, you know, I need 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C every 3 hours. What you need to do is, and this is what we offer, is because we get numbers, and what, you know, we go to get your blood work. So we have our numbers, and that's what we're working with. So it's so okay, and this is what, okay, so you're lacking, you know, everyone lacks D3. So okay, but we need to put you at a
D3.
Yep, D3.
What is that?
So vitamin D, a lot of times, a lot of Michiganders are very deficient in it because we have 6 months of the year where you don't have sunlight, so you're not absorbing sunlight, you know, at all, and you really do need that vitamin to be performing well and being the best well-being you can be.
And as you age, you don't absorb it as much either. So,
you know, in the wintertime, like, because you do have sunny days, even though it's cold out, and I just go out there and I just like soak it up, and people will be like, man, like your face is all brown. It's wintertime. Like, how do you do that? But I feel like the necessity to be able to soak that up, like a lot of people try to substitute. I don't know if it helps or not, but they try to substitute it by taking, you know, gummies or vitamins, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, you know, there's nothing better than a natural resource.
Yes. Definitely.
Like, and nutrition too, natural foods.
Yes.
You know.
Definitely.
And like, what about like, you know, my family, they suffered, you know, from diabetes, having gout and stuff like that, like red meat, like that's always been like a major issue in my family and stuff like that. So it's like, how do you deter, you know, from you know, wanting to live a healthy life, but also wanting to enjoy your life at the same time? You want to eat a steak, you want to eat burgers, you know, even beer, they say triggers gout, you know,
it does,
a lot of my family.
Definitely.
And it runs in my family too, and I have to watch that too. But everything is, you know, in portions. So, you know, and that's where I think a lot of people are at, especially in Michigan too. You see, you know, it's, you know, when you go out to eat, it's, you know, say if you go, you get a steak, and everyone, you know, an average steak now, a person, you know, is getting 16 ounces. You really don't need that, because your body can't digest a certain amount of protein anyways. So a lot of that is just wasteful calories that you're already putting in. So,
and what about bodybuilders? Because they say that when
well,
you bodybuild, you have to eat. You know, like
that with that being said, there's a certain amount of nutrition, like I said, you have to go through with that, and it's
about building blocks.
And it's about build exactly, and how they do it is they stack your meals, so it's you're not just eating 3,000 calories right then and there. It's stacked through the day, and that helps your metabolism too, also to burn fat and a process of protein.
And see, that's one of my biggest problems is that I'm lucky if I eat one meal a day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always so busy in the hustle and bustle. I mean, sometimes I'll eat a bag of chips and have a water, and
you
then
can't be doing that.
home.
And
it's
protein
like
bars are awesome. You just put them in, you just have them with you and just take them, and they're I think they're the best thing that we invented because it's super simple. You just take it and you can eat it at your desk. You can do anything,
The thing about that is because like I used to go to Sam's Club and other places and buy like the boxes and keep them in my car, but it's like the wheat that's in them, gives me heartburn all the time. And that's another thing. It's like I always got heartburn when I drink cold water. Like everything gives me heartburn, and it's like, what can I do about that? Like, it's because it's a pain, it's an inconvenience, when you want to enjoy lemonade or orange juice and stuff like that. And it's like, oh man, I know I'm gonna have to pay for it in the end.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. You have to just kind of look at what you're eating and what your daily routine is, and that's something that we also look at as well.
Does brand name make a big difference when it comes to vitamins and stuff like this? Like, a lot of people say, hey, you know what? I can buy the no name brand and it's just as good. Like, is that true, or is it
so that's one of the huge difference between us is we don't do oral supplements at all. We can sell them to you, but one of our services is we do injections, and then we also do IV therapy, and these are going right into your bloodstream, automatic, and we're helping you get the most absorption. Oral absorption is only 25 to 30, 30%. And, if you have a ton of heartburn, you're gonna, the lactic acid or the acid in your stomach, not lactic acid, sorry, this is gonna absorb that, and you're not gonna get the right absorption. So this is gonna maximize the absorbing for you, and then really get you the vitamins that you need, the electrolytes and amino acids and all those things you need in order to live a proper
healthy life.
So what is the best drink? They say Gatorade is like the best thing to drink to restore the electrolytes, like when you work out, run, exercise, or is there another way? Water is always good for me, but they said it doesn't restore electrolytes.
So it really depends. Gatorade does have a lot of sugar in it,
right.
And we could talk about that, but I mean it is a great, and it does have certain electrolytes, but you're not really getting the doses that you need. We have an awesome doctor on staff, and she really does specialize in all those things that you do need.
Especially if you guys are working with athletes, like they make these Gatorade commercials, and it makes you feel like, oh man, if I drink that, I can run faster, I can jump higher.
I love the little kids when they're like, "Can you give me a Gatorade?" I'm like, "You really think that's what you need?" But honestly, I mean, all these things are great, but again, oral consumption can only give you so much.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're very diverse in the medical field. You told me you worked in dialysis and different departments. Like, tell us a little bit about what that's like.
So I've done everything from like rehab, hospice, assisted living, nursing homes. I've worked at Beaumont for 5 years. I definitely love the medical field. I think it's something that I'm super passionate about. I couldn't imagine not doing what I do. I've never not been in the medical field. So if you put me, that's why I love working with Ray, is because I literally know nothing about business, but he knows so much, and you combine both of our brains, and it is absolutely the perfect storm.
Yeah, definitely a good team with her and I. And I've known her for 7 years now. So,
yeah,
I was gonna ask, how have you guys met?
Boating.
Yeah, we're boaters.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. So we definitely fun. That's why we need recovery.
Yeah.
So yeah, we met boating, and ever since then, when I met him, I was like, oh my gosh, you're so. And actually, we trained together for a little bit when we were going to the gym every day, and I saw like tons of results, and life gets in the way, but yeah, we trained, and he's a great trainer.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, we got Jose out.
Yeah. He does. He definitely, challenges you, and that's good.
No,
So,
and
yeah, he'd be like 10 more reps. I'm like, my legs literally cannot take this. I'm going to die. But it was, it's definitely good to know people and.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
okay.
Oh, you're okay.
We got something for the
Yeah.
and a few. We're gonna.
So we did bring you some goodies today.
That's right.
Oh man, I love goodies and I love surprises.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely we met, through boating, and we've trained together, and we've been friends since. And it was kind of on the whim. He said, "Hey, have you heard about these services?" And I actually have heard of all the services that we provide. They're really well known on the West Coast, LA, California. All the, they always have the most cutting edge technology, the things that you want, and we definitely wanted to bring it here to everyone in Michigan.
And you said you went to U of M in Dearborn, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was that like being a student there? And
Yeah, it was, definitely coming, like you said, it's a different transition, going from a, high school to a college. So it was an off campus, so I lived at home, so it was nice. But yeah, I had a great time. Learned a lot. I met a lot of different profession friends that in different fields, so which was really nice. So I got the aspects of nursing, teachers, and I know I'm the boring one. I got the business degree.
Oh, no, he's not boring. He's definitely being modest. He's super educated and awesome at what he does. Ray's being modest. He's opened many businesses, and this one's gonna be.
This one's definitely gonna be a good one for us. And just like I said, and we have the mentality too, because we want to help people. That's the main thing,
That's dope, man.
So and that's,
who inspired or encouraged you to take that route in life?
I would have to say my father, because my father came. He was an entrepreneur. He had a business down in Florida. It was a clothing auction. So we did auctions with clothing. Departments would close up, and we would sell them through the auction. So which was that was very interesting. Growing up. So that's where my building blocks for businesses came from. So. That drove me. We had my family working, which was a family business with my cousin, two of my cousins, and it was great.
I love that, how you can reproduce education. You can reproduce that. Like, just like people pass on negativity, you can pass on positivity, education.
And definitely, I think that with building that too, because I started from when I was 14, so I had, of course, I did all the cleaning the toilets, and started from pulling my sleeves. I did anything to and learn the business, and I think that that's definitely the building blocks for success.
Yeah, I had a friend that he's in a restaurant business, and he was like, his main goal and his objective was to learn every part of the job, from washing the dishes to cooking to managing to business to serving, all that good stuff, and I was like, wow, that's really smart that you can go into an environment and dominate it by going there as a student. So many people walk into a workplace feeling as if they know everything already, but if you go in there as if you don't know anything, then your mind becomes a sponge, and you just soak up all the education. You soak up new skills and things like that. So I think it's great that you're able to leave room for growth.
Definitely.
And I think that's the key to success, and in life, just and have an open mind. You have to have an open mind on it.
Definitely.
And it just in all aspects of life. So
I think a lot of people forget that they can learn anything if you put your mind to it.
Right.
If you definitely say, hey, I want to know how this is made. I mean, you have so many resources, especially with technology now. You can find out every little detail.
Yeah.
I know, and I really need to get into the habit of YouTubing everything, because like I'm used to doing research. You got to go to the library, you got to look at a book, you got to take notes, you got to do that type of stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
And it's just how I was accustomed. I became, even when I was incarcerated, I became very studious. I would study curriculum, I would take notes, I would highlight things, I would come up with curriculum to facilitate the guys in there. And so that's what I was accustomed to. And then I come out here and I see people like, doing mechanic work, laying floors down. And I'm like, wow, like, how'd you learn how to do this? They're like, I just YouTubed it, bro. And I'm like, damn, for
Very
real.
true.
They're
Very
like, yeah,
true.
you type it in and it tells you step by step
Right.
everything to do.
Mhm.
So I really need to like put that in my practice, because I forget that,
Right.
those resources are available. I remember when I had first heard it was a motto that said the world was at the tip of your fingers. And when I came home, like I was literally able to see that, in its form, because like I've got friends in Albania, my boy Bonu in Cambodia, Mexico, just a little bit of everywhere. And it's like I can get them on the phone right now and talk to them
Yeah.
and see them. Honduras, I got friends out there. They live in the middle of the
Awesome.
jungle, and they're like, "Hey, bro," he's in a little hammock, like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Wow, that's amazing."
That is awesome.
Because before you couldn't do
Right.
that, so
Yeah.
it's easier to stay connected.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I did notice that sometimes technology can disconnect people as well, though.
Mm-hmm. And that's a great point to make, and definitely something to think about.
So listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a 2-minute intermission,
Okay.
and we're gonna come back and we're gonna catch back up with you guys, and we're gonna
Alright.
talk about the surprises that you brought.
Hey.
So we'll be back and tune in. Thank you.
Something about you, baby, baby. Something about you, baby, baby.
All right, ready?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the El Nino podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in and listen to the DNR, performance method people. They sitting here, they giving us education, man. They teaching us. You got to soak it up. So yesterday actually, we just had our wedding shower on Saturday. So the next day, my cousin Mark and Jessica, shout out to you guys. They say, hey, we're coming over. We're gonna bring you guys coffee. I'm like, man, that's great. They come over and they bring 2 masseuses with them.
Nice.
And they laid out the tables in the living room. And
So sweet.
like me and my lady, we've been talking about getting like a couples massage forever. I never had one before. And I always said when I get out of prison, I wanted to do it. So they were talking about, it's not good to go to chiropractors because once you do, you always have to do it, And so, this massage was a 90-minute massage. I'm talking about head to toe, front to back. I was like, oh Lord. I mean, the hands, the pressure points. I fell asleep. I got the snoring and everything. I said, golly.
That's a good massage.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, thanks to you, cuz, man. We appreciate that for sure. But I was done after that, though. I was done for the whole day.
It definitely will make you tired because it releases so much tension and, all those really great endorphins and makes you tired. So that's good.
Is that true about going to a chiropractor, though? Like, can you just go like every blue moon, or is it something that has to be consistent?
Well, it's just like a car. Okay, so the mechanics on that, you have to have maintenance. So that's the thing. So you have some things break down, and you have to have them, to get it fixed right for maintenance. And that's how the human body is too. So
Okay.
do you have to go there every single week? If you're out of alignment, say with some your back, say your back's out of whack, you're gonna have to to a point where they get it to that certain level of correctness, and then it's a maintenance thing, just like with us.
I just hate to put myself in a position, like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
everyone has different homeostasis. So if you have this certain mentality of this tension, then and if you realign it, and then it wants it to go back to that. So I feel like sometimes people think that you have to keep going, which is true. They realigned you so that your homeostasis is now that.
So, I mean, is this something that you would suggest for somebody like me? Like, I don't really have any back problems other than carrying the world on my back. It gets heavy, you know what I'm saying? But like, would you suggest me going to see a chiropractor? Or do you think I'd be okay just with massages?
I would start off with massages, definitely, and then if that's not improving, then I definitely think you should see your doctor and then see if he recommends a chiropractor.
Right.
Okay. All right. That's cool. So, what did you guys bring? You guys brought something.
Yeah.
You said you brought me a present. I'm over
we
here excited
did.
like a kid on Christmas.
We're-
I'm like, what you got
So
for me?
one of the great services that we provide is B12 vitamin C shots. The trophic shots, which are super great for weight loss. They boost your metabolism. And then we also have biotin, which all the ladies love because of the beautiful skin. And biotin is used in a lot of products. Oh my gosh, there's so many products for women. But biotin definitely helps. And we have all these great injections, and it's just a little subcutaneous injection. We have IM injections as well, and then you get it absorbed right away. So we have a B12 shot here for you today to kind of get you energized because someone told me you're getting married.
Yes, definitely this weekend. I'm
So-
actually leaving Wednesday to Vegas. Thank you,
So
thank you,
so
thank
you
you.
need
Looking
all the
forward to
energy
it.
you can
I
get.
do,
So
definitely.
we're super excited to give that to you today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
ready?
Yes, I am,
All right.
definitely. Which
So-
arm? You tell me.
We can do this one.
Okay, sounds good.
So, Ray, you want one too?
I can take one.
Or
Yeah.
Jose
How
want
about
one?
Jose? You want one, Jose?
I'm filming. He said I'm filming.
It's all right.
So have you ever had an injection before? And you said you take B12, right?
Yeah, take B12 vitamins,
Okay.
but I've never had like a B12 shot.
So a lot of times doctors do recommend that the shots to help. All right.
So what does the B12 actually do for you? Like,
So
is it just energy, or does it help your immune system? Like, what is it good for?
it pretty much speeds up everything, and it does help. It doesn't help your immune system. That's more vitamin C. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little pinch, okay?
You is.
It won't hurt, I promise.
Hold my hand.
You are muscular though. Look at you.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of beefy.
All right, see, that's simple.
I ain't even.
Did
feel
it hurt?
No, not at
All
all.
right. And that's it.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, who's next? I'm ready.
Yes, I am. I'll take
All
it.
right.
You want this arm or the what arm would it be?
I got the left.
You got
arm.
the left. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do the left.
Whatever you guys want. Doesn't matter to me.
I appreciate it.
Camera? Oh my god.
Yes, we are on. We are
No.
live. That's good though. That's good. Everybody gets to see your work live.
Aw.
Hopefully, somebody gets inspired and encouraged and want to do the same
Oh my
thing.
gosh, they're super great to have. Honestly, I just got one the other day and it really helps me because obviously I'm running a business. It's super busy, so I feel like everyone needs just a little boost sometimes.
Absolutely, especially when you got a lot going on. You need all the energy you can get.
And this will give you energy.
Oh my gosh, all these muscular guys. There's no fat to put anything in. Okay, ready?
Don't feel nothing.
I know. I was like waiting and shit. She's like, it's over with. I'm like, oh, okay.
I heard I have the magic touch, but we won't talk about it.
That was it.
That's
That's it.
it.
So what was it like doing hospice? You know, we had like dialysis, we had hospice and you know, when I was incarcerated, but like what is it like to be able to work, you know, with somebody who's passing away, or dialysis where, you know, if a person misses, you know, their shots or their blood transfusions or whatever they go through, like can you explain what it's like? Because I want people to understand the intimacy of the work that you guys do. You know what I'm saying? Especially in, you know, in your field, you know, that you work, you know, you're very diverse in the medical field.
I personally think being a nurse, you know, being there in the last stages of someone is super important. I feel like a lot of people, you know, especially families, you look to the nurse, you know, for guidance, and you want, you know, and you have to have a good patient and nurse relationship because you're there for them. Sometimes families have a hard time making those decisions at that time, and you really have to advocate for the patient at that time. So that's one of the things that I truly believe is important at, you know, being a nurse, is advocating for the patient always. And I feel like, you know, being able to do that in your last stages is super important.
Man, listen, I take my hat off. I salute all nurses who are out there, because you have to have a certain type of nurturing nature within you. You have to have a certain kind of patience, understanding, caring, kindness. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk, you know, you got to talk people into feeling comfortable, you know, with their situation. And I know that's not even, you know, an easy job, especially, you know, we're all humans. We have bad days. Sometimes, you know, your energy's low, or, you know, you got things going on and you still have to come and perform and make other people feel good. And, you know, so I definitely salute you, and I have so much respect for people in the medical field,
Thank
you know.
Definitely. It's definitely an honor. I can probably speak for a lot of medical professionals that it definitely comes back to you and you feel it. And, you know, you could be having the worst day and literally a family member will come up to you and say, hey, you know, thank you so much for doing that simple thing for my loved one.
Mm-hmm. So small acts of kindness just make the biggest impact sometimes.
Definitely.
So, what's the difference between, like, well, I understand that hospice, you know, you're dealing with people who are going to pass away. Have you built bonds with people, you know, during that transition? And like,
it is so amazing just to hear, you know, people's stories. You know, and a lot of times you look back when you're on that journey, you know, like, what did I do? And sometimes, you know, you hear the regrets, and sometimes you hear the great accomplishments. And I think that's something that I really take into consideration. You know, so many people told me to travel, you know, when you're young, because when you get to a certain age, you're not able to do those things anymore. Yeah. And I have taken that to heart so much. And I had a lady tell me, she goes, I just can't do it anymore. I said, adulting is so hard. And she's like, honey, what's wrong? And you know, I have those conversations with my patients, and I said, I'm working full time and I can't keep up with my house. And as a woman, you're expected to keep up with your house. Mm-hmm. And she said, honey, let me tell you a word of advice. And I said, what? She goes, if you're working full time, you hire a cleaner. And so it's been a great advice because now when I get overwhelmed, I'm like, I'm just going to have someone else do it because you can't do it all.
Because that could be the straw that breaks your back. You already had a rough day and you want to come home and you got laundry to do
definitely.
and dishes to do.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what, man? You know, it's
Yeah.
just too much. You feel overwhelmed.
And
So
some people say that, but it's also your money. How you want to spend it is how you want to spend it. And that's something that's important to me. I would rather have a conversation with you or Ray or, a loved one of mine than spend an hour cleaning my house.
yeah, absolutely. No, I understand. So what's the future look like for you guys? Like, what's the mission? You know?
So our mission is mostly just to get people to the best possible version of themselves. We're really, all of our cutting edge technology. We have a cryo machine. If anyone's not familiar with cryo, it is sub-zero temperatures. It is for regeneration. It's better for athletes than an ice bath. It's actually, freezing cold, and it helps with weight loss. It helps with rejuvenating cells, and we really do love this machine, and it's something that a lot of people don't think to use, but it's so new that a lot of people are starting to get in the trend.
Have you tried it?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
multiple times.
Yep.
Definitely. Yesterday we had all our friends and family come. That was super exciting. All of my friends and family got to use it. And
Oh, congratulations. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys just had the grand opening.
Yeah.
I've seen the
Yes.
pictures, the
Yeah.
soft
The
opening.
soft
I'm sorry, the
opening.
soft
Yeah.
opening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
soft. I seen all them bottles and them buckets. I said, they about to turn up today. They about to get lit.
Definitely. That's why we have a recovery IV.
That's
so
right.
Definitely had that. It's something that, is great. But yeah, the cryo machine is super awesome, and we love that. We also offer IV services. We have hangover bags, which everyone knows what you need that for.
Right.
We have our immunity bag, which is super great, especially with COVID. We want to give everyone that opportunity to have the immunity bag going forward, and all those high doses of vitamin C and all those nutrients and electrolytes that you truly need. We also have a NADS bag, which is for energy and for athletes. And then we have a weight loss bag, which is, specializing in, keratin, leutropic, and we could go more in, I could go for days talking about it.
Mhm.
But, all these super, IVs is the fastest way to get nutrients into your body.
I had a heat stroke one time when I was incarcerated. I got rushed. My whole body locked up on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was the most painful experience. And they thought I was faking it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and they had put me on some IV bag. And I mean, it brought me back to life.
Pretty
And
quick.
they said it was because I wasn't drinking enough water. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely.
I lost all the salt, so I had learned through it, through
Yeah.
suffering, through the experience itself.
Yeah,
So you kind of learn how vital that is.
Oh, definitely, and that's one of the things that we love to provide as well.
So what is it, like minerals, vitamins? Like what is it that's
So
in
we
it?
specialize.
Salt?
Yeah, so we have the regular saline bags, and then we do our own compounding. So we have the vitamin B's, the C, the leutropics, everything that goes in there. Magnesium, which is super important for 300 digestions of your body. There's so many things. I think a lot of people forget. The compounds that really make up a body and really help it function.
What about fish oil pills?
Fish oils will help with joints. They will, lubricate the joints, make sure that you have, better flowing. Does help with those. A lot of people do believe that they're great.
Okay.
I mean, I believe they're great too. But.
Yeah. Well, I was taking them when I was
Good for weight loss,
incarcerated.
too.
And I'm sorry I always talk about our incarceration, but it's like I spent half my life in there.
Right.
And it's like, I
Good
grew up.
story, yeah.
I grew up and got educated to a lot of different
Yeah.
things by experimenting. Prior to going there, I never took vitamins. I never really took care of myself. I was always, drinking, smoking, partying, all that life. And then I went there and became a little bit more health conscious, learned to respect my body, my immune system, and stuff like that. So when you talk about, what is it called? The crypto what?
Oh, it's cryotherapy.
Oh,
Yes.
cryotherapy.
Yeah.
So I know you said that a lot of you athletes utilize it. Like, what about just average people? Like,
Average people can use it as well. It's actually
Good for
super.
inflammation.
Yeah, good for inflammation. It's good for, weight loss. You burn 500 to 800 calories in one session, and the session only lasts 3 minutes.
wow,
So,
that's
I
a whole
personally
Mountain
love
Dew.
it.
That's a whole Mountain Dew right
Because
there.
you will never
bag
be
of
able to
Fritos.
burn.
Damn.
Yeah, you'll never be able to
Yeah.
burn that
Yeah.
in your everyday workout routine.
but it's a great recovery tool to use, definitely. And we got other technology too that we'd like to talk about too. We have a doctor that Dr. Gina Goroff.
Shout out to her.
Yep.
She
Thank
is
you.
actually she went to Michigan State, so Ray was a little sad about that.
Oh yeah,
He's a UNM fan,
yeah,
but
go blue.
she is super awesome. She actually specializes in hospice as well. She specializes in regenerative medicine. She's super diverse. She goes to Florida all the time to, Florida has the most cutting edge technology
Do they?
in the
Wow.
medical. They have seminars all the time, and she goes all the time. She's well educated, well rounded. We really love that she is our doctor, and she definitely believes in what we do, and she wants to help the world as well.
Wow, that's good. So I can't imagine like throughout your guys' journeys that you guys have met so many educated people, doctors, nurses, and I could just imagine how many amazing educated people that you guys have met and have actually contributed to your guys' lives.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's definitely been a great adventure, and just learning new technologies too, because every doctor has a different way of doing things too, and it works. And that's.
And they're really the first ones
Yeah.
to know a lot about
Exactly.
it. I mean, some of the things she was, when we kind of told her, this is what we're looking for, this is the kind of, and then she kind of told us some of the things that she learned, and we brought them all together.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Now, one of the biggest things I said, like you hear doctors, how do you guys pronounce all the medicines? And I mean, they got 37 letters in one word, and I'm
I still
like,
stumble.
that's how I knew that this was not the field for
We
me.
give him simple.
Thanks.
Just kidding. No, the list goes on. I mean, there's definitely tons of things, and that's like one of the things that I really want to work on getting out to the public is it's not as scary as people think, and you really as long as you ask questions, we're more than happy to. I mean, that's one of the biggest things as being a nurse and a doctor is you're here to educate people and to help them.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like a lot of people, including myself, get discouraged, feeling like they're not smart enough. Like, I felt like I had to be an astronaut or a scientist to be in the medical field, you know what I'm saying?
No.
And once I start looking at the words, I say, ain't no way in the world I'm being, and I speak 2 languages, and I said, I ain't gonna be able to make that happen,
Well, definitely you just kind of have to look, one of the biggest things, because even in nursing school, I'm like, I'm never going to get this. I'm never going to understand any of these names. And a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually grouped together. Right. The endings mean certain things and everything, etc. Mm-hmm. So it's not, there's a science to it, but not that bad.
And you guys do massages there as well, right?
We do.
Yes, we do.
So like what all services do you guys provide? Because I'm ready to go.
Well, here it is. We do the cryotherapy, we do the massage therapy, we have the IV therapy, and then we have the vitamin injectables. And also with Dr. Goro too, we also specialize in TRT, that's testosterone replacement hormone replacement therapy.
Okay.
And that's for men and women.
Women as well. They lose testosterone too with age.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's something that's vital. I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand, how much hormones play a huge role in your everyday life. And if they are off balance, you will feel it.
Wow.
Well, and like when we were talking earlier, as you get older, you lose testosterone. Mm-hmm. And so what we do is we send you to go get your blood tests, and we see where your numbers are at. And once we get those panels back, we set it with our doctor, and then she sets it up a program to get those levels where they should be.
Mm-hmm. So when you go in here, do you have to have like insurance? Do you have to have an appointment? Can you pay cash? Do you take walk-ins?
So we are a luxury service, and we don't take any type of insurance. It's private. So definitely that's something that we pride ourselves on, because we do have the most cutting edge technology right now.
So is it affordable?
Yes.
Yes. That's one thing that me and Ray really wanted to make sure that it was affordable. I mean, the injection we just gave you is $25, and it will make a huge difference for you in the week. I mean, and at your doctor's office, it could cost a lot more because you have to visit the doctor. It's $100, and then usually it's $100 to visit your doctor, or $60, whatever your copay is, and then
and also paying for
pay for the supplement.
because I want to encourage people to, be a little bit more health conscious, get B12 shots and things like that, because I mean, it's conducive to your well-being, to your health.
Very much.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You get energized, it could probably help people mentally as well, when you find the energy that you're looking for, you know what I'm saying? And it can really change people's lives.
Exactly.
Definitely. And that's
Yeah.
what we want. We really just want to help people, everyday people, achieve their goals.
See, because a lot of people, they may look at the building and feel like, wow, this is this is above my pay rate, or I can't afford to go here and things like that. So it's nice to know that that everything is affordable for the regular person, any working person, anybody with $30 or $50 can walk in here
Exactly.
and get something that's good for them.
Definitely.
Because a lot of people, even including myself, you would think, man, I gotta have some great insurance, or I gotta be rich and have a lot of money.
Yeah. No.
It's very affordable. That's the one thing, like Dee said, that that's we're here to help people. That's the main thing. And that's our goal, to see people healthy. And we have costs. We do have some costs to that we have to cover. But it's a great opportunity for people to get educated on, come in, feel great. Once you get get on a program, you're gonna love it, and you're gonna see the benefits.
That's cool. So where are you guys located at? Like, if people want to call you, find you, go online,
So we're definitely in Plymouth, Michigan. We're actually attached to a professional grade gym, and we are located right in the business suites at 44191 Plymouth Oaks Boulevard. I always get it mixed up, but it's 4491. And we definitely are excited to see you there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to go there. I want to utilize all the resources that you guys have there. Yeah, all them services.
Listen, we're gonna get you and Jose and take pictures of you in a crowd.
Yes, definitely. You
I
guys
would
are more
love
than
it.
welcome.
So what actually is it? Like, is it a
I have a
vessel? Or?
picture. It's a just a chamber. Super simple.
It's run off of nitrous.
Runs off nitrous.
Oh wow, she looks happy as hell.
That's my friend.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got to feel pretty good.
Oh yes, it's awesome. I mean, it's absolutely awesome service, and it really does help.
Yeah, I felt great after, as soon as I got out.
So I had back pain yesterday. Did it feel great?
Yep.
Wow.
Literally, because it takes away the inflammation. I mean, inflammation is so big in your body, and nobody wants to take ibuprofen or NSAIDs every day. They want to just feel normal when you wake up.
How much does it cost to get that service?
So that's only $30, $29.99.
What? Oh, that's all affordable.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah, that's very good. I like that.
yeah.
I think I can show some footage of how it looks on the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
definitely.
good.
Oh yeah, that would be sweet. Just because I don't know, bro. Coming through from an urban community, we're not taught health. We don't even have the services or the resources. Like,
I understand.
I don't know anywhere I can go right now and get this done. I have to go to Plymouth. I might have to go to Bloomfield. I got to go to Troy, Michigan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's really unfortunate because, I think everybody should have access to this kind of service, especially when it's affordable,
Exactly.
And, hopefully maybe one day in the future, man, you guys could, open something up downriver or something,
Definitely.
have access, where we
Yeah.
can have access to something like that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will benefit a lot of people.
I think I can actually show them cryo.
Okay.
Video.
Perfect.
So you guys won't be able to see it, but they can.
Okay,
All
good.
right.
That's cool. I want them to get an idea of what I just
So
seen.
talk about the cryo.
Well, go
So-
ahead. Dee.
The cryo definitely it's a very small. You can do it with a robe or you can do it without the robe. Now without the robe, you're gonna have more. It's gonna be a little more cold, but definitely you have to wear it's such sub-zero temperatures. It gets up to
Wow.
negative 236 degrees, which is super awesome because it slows down everything in your body, and then your body has to rejuvenate. So that it really does reduce a lot of inflammation.
Yeah, right. And once you're out, what it does also too, it opens up the organs too. So all your red cells and all your nutrients are running through now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a good
Did
thing.
you ever
What
hear-
about like your lungs? How does it impact your lungs? Because
Good.
you come out sometimes on a very cold Michigan
Yeah.
winter day, and
Well-
you feel like it takes your breath away.
As you can see on the video that Jose just posted yesterday, your head is actually above the the nitrous gas. So
Okay.
you're not really
Submerged all the way.
in that.
Oh,
so you're not
okay.
right. So you're actually feeling you still get the warm air going into the lungs.
I'm really looking forward to that. Let me ask you guys a question. About toenail fungus. Do you guys know anything about toenail
A
fungus?
little bit. Mm-hmm.
And like I've asked so many people about how to cure. You see all these commercials, but none of it works. And they say
Tea
it's
tree oil.
Yep.
Tea tree oil all
Tea
the
tree
way.
oil?
Tea tree oil. That's one of the things that we really love is like natural holistic things, and I really do believe tea tree oil.
But
is
does
a
it
cure.
really help though? Like
Yes.
I've had it
Yeah.
for
Does
maybe
flare up.
20 years or better.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Yep.
And it's embarrassing, for me.
Aw.
I want to be able to put sandals on, like going to the beach, but I always got my shit curled and tucked in or covered up, or you know what I'm saying. And it's like, I want to be able to
Yeah.
just kick my feet up. Even we got the massage the other day. She took my socks off. I'm like, oh Lord. I was like, listen, I got a complex about my toes, but she was like, don't worry about it. I got you.
Yes.
But I just don't want to feel like that. And I'm like, is there? Because they said it's like blood cells, like it wasn't. Like surface, you know what I'm saying? Like it had something to do with your bloodstream and
It
stuff
does,
like
yeah.
that.
And everything is carried on those cells. It's definitely important. But yeah, I think tea tree oil. I mean, let me know, but it definitely works for almost everyone I talk to. So
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta try that because
even pimples too. Like
Yeah.
tea tree oil, you put it on overnight, gone. I don't know why these girls
It-
spend so much money. I mean, you
And
can
here's
get it
another
cured
thing
right
too.
there.
Is like if you're stuffed up like you are now, put a
Yeah.
little underneath your
tea tree
nose,
oil.
tree
Now,
oil.
where can you find that at? Can you?
Or eucalyptus is another good one too for that too.
Yeah,
Eucalyptus,
Yeah.
like Vicks eucalyptus, or like
The oils,
oils.
essential
Yeah,
oils that we were just
essential
talking
oils.
about.
you can literally Marshalls anywhere they
Right.
have a ton of essential oils. Walgreens has essential oils. Everywhere does.
okay. Yeah, I I like going. I live right there about Target. I got Kohl's,
Target?
like
Yeah.
Myers, like. Since I come home, it's like like back in the days, it was just Kmart, Super
Right.
Kmart, Perry Drugs, Arbor
Oh,
Drugs.
yeah.
So you come
Oh my
home
gosh.
and like everything's like bought out now. There's no more Super
Yeah.
Kmart. Now everything's
Oh.
Walmart. And like I had never been to like Myers. Sometimes you get caught up in just going to the same place for
Right.
all the time. And it's like now I enjoy varieties. I like to go different places. They got different groceries, different household things, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But it's just I think it's really important to be able to explore, open up your mind, and just be able to find things in different places.
And it is affordable. It's what is a bottle? It's like $10.99, $12.
$5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Yeah.
Get out of here for real.
Yeah.
You talking about the tea tree oil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to try, and I really hope this works for real. Because
Yeah.
if you do, I'm sending you guys flowers.
Definitely.
A before and after pic.
So how did you and Jose meet?
Oh well, a funny. Jose, you want to go ahead? And
Let's go.
We met back about 8 years ago, 2014, and Ray owned a car detail shop
Yeah.
out in Brownstown.
Yeah, body
Okay.
and
Yeah,
body.
so we met mutually. I walked into this place from another friend that referred me, and that's where me and Ray met.
Yep, and ever since then, it's
that's
we've
it.
been friends for 8 years, right?
Yeah, for about 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to take a ride out to Plymouth, man. See what they talking
Oh,
about,
they talking
man. I'm
good.
really excited.
Just go to
I'm gonna
Bubbles
come
and-
out feeling like a superhero. I
You
want,
guys are
hey,
always
I want
welcome.
one of everything, Take me on a
D-Man
tour.
doesn't have nothing on you, brother.
I know. I always say like, Jose, why don't you DJ out at the Moo? So the Moo is like St. Clair Shores like party spot.
Yeah.
So all the boaters know where that.
You know what? That might be cool if you guys had a grand opening and had like him hosting the event. Maybe have Pumper
we
one
talked
of them
about
guys.
That's what
Yeah,
we're.
doing
we're-
That would be
out
like
there.
really attractive to people. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because athletes, people who work out, exercise, like they like that up tempo
Oh,
stuff. So
definitely.
that's gonna catch their
We're,
ear.
we're thinking about that, so
Yeah.
we've been talking.
We just
so-
gotta learn how to get
Yeah.
the speakers out there. That's the problem without getting them a letter or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we can figure something out.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll make
Oh,
it
yeah.
happen for sure.
We'll have Eladio host it the whole day, and we'll come out there. We'll come out there and do your grand opening.
Oh,
How about that?
Z-Man
Yeah.
might be upset. He's like the king of like, but he'll love it. You
Yeah.
guys will
Hey,
love
we
it.
listen. We
That's right.
That day.
hey, teamwork make a dream work. We
That's
work
right.
well with others.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, listen, we're at the point in the show right now where
Okay,
we give
great.
everybody the privilege and the opportunity to be able to sign our Wall of Fame. I seen you checking it out
I know,
earlier.
it's so
I
cool.
appreciate you guys coming here, sharing, educating
Thank
everybody,
you.
and sharing your journeys, so we can make our way to the wall, and you can go ahead and put your
right.
names on there.
All right.
And we appreciate you having
Yeah,
us.
thank you
Man,
so much
thank
for
you so
having
much. I
us.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I want to thank everybody for tuning in this Monday at 8 for the El Nino podcast. Big shout out to Deneen and Ray Gill for coming back from the DNR Performance Methods out in Plymouth. We're going to have to go out there and take a little tour and get a roundabout. Got me a B12 shot. I want to send a big shout out to my brother and my boy Andy for the District 313 clothing brand. LA Landscaping, Guy's Pizza, Legendary Barber Lounge, Mr. K's. Like, big shout out to everybody that supports us, that shows us love and contributes to our well-being. And we got a lot of good things coming up. We got the first annual Detroit Freestyle Festival coming up. We got the Corridos Trap Music Festival coming up. Like, shout out to my man Aztec Nando, Southwest, my boy Sombra, and everybody else, man. Much love to you guys, man, and keep your heads up and stay safe. Much love. I'll see you next Monday.